Okay, I'm going to show you how to make no-knead sourdough. So, first of all, make sure your sourdough is nice and ripe and ready, spongy. So I fed this yesterday and then I fed it again this morning. So I normally keep this in the fridge, normally keep it, that much in the fridge. And then before I use it, I give it a feed. So, 100 grams of sourdough. And to that we add 350 grams of lukewarm water. Right, and just stir that through so it's all dissolved. And then using 500 grams, let me set the scales, 500 grams of flour. - 500 grams of flour and 10 grams of salt. And then just mix this until you've got all of your ingredients incorporated. It'll take a while to do. Just keep going round and round and round until you've incorporated all of the flour. And then we'll come back. Okay, so here we have a very sort of sticky, wet dough. Now, the reason this is so wet is that for no knead, what you're doing is you're creating a very wet dough and just leaving it for a long time. And that's what helps the gluten to develop. So just wet your hand. Wet your hand, and then just what you're doing is you're going to fold this over like this. And then if you do this every half an hour or so, just cover it over with cling film. Just keep coming back, keep doing that, keep folding it, each time stretch it further and further. Eventually, you'll feel the gluten has developed in this dough. Once it's done that, then you basically cover it and leave it for a period of time, usually overnight, depending how warm it is, and it will rise. So in this bowl up to about this level, probably up to this level, and then you don't prove it in a basket. So I've got Bannetons in my drawer. I've got Banetons in here. These are great. These are great for doing sourdough, or you can have the oval ones, which is great. But you don't have to for this recipe. All you need to do is scrape it out of the bowl, give it a rough shape, fold it in, and providing that the gluten is sufficiently developed in this early stage, you just pop it straight in the oven and bake it. But we'll get there when we get there. So it's 20 to 1 now, so we'll come back later. I also want to show you how to feed your sourdough. So I keep this in the fridge and I feed it maybe once or twice a week. So this is 125% hydration. So what we're doing, you put in the flour, then you put in 125%. So I just keep this kind of level. I don't want huge quantities of sourdough because I'm just throwing away flour. So I use bread flour. You don't have to, you can use plain flour. It doesn't have to be bread flour for this, just use plain flour. So what I normally do is I put in 30 grams. I normally use 100 grams when I'm baking, 100 grams of sourdough, or I build it up into a bigger quantity. So we put 30 grams of flour in. And then I'll top this up to, so 30 grams of flour and then 37.5 grams of water, gives you 67. 66, 67, that's enough. So that will give you a 125% hydration. Mix that, mix it through, mix the water through, stick the lid on, stick it back in the fridge, and then when you need it, get it out, feed it a couple of times until it's nice and frothy, and then it'll be good to use. Don't think you can use sourdough that isn't fully activated. It's just a waste of flour, basically. So make sure it's fully activated before you try and make bread. You want it to be nice and light and spongy. So yeah, that goes back in the fridge until it's next required. Right, so this is after 45 minutes. I've just wet my hand. I'll just show you already. It's starting to soften. Just fold this in on itself. It is quite sticky, but it gets better the further you go. Just gradually stretch it, stretch and fold. So it's starting to develop more gluten. So yeah, just do that, get around the bowl, stretch it, cover it back up, come back in another 45 minutes. Okay, another 45 minutes has passed. So I'll just show you this. It's getting stretchier. As the gluten develops, the dough's ability to hold water will improve. So it should become less sticky over time. You just keep doing this every 45 minutes, every 30 to 45 minutes, just keep stretching it out. And eventually you'll get to a nice, so this is still very elastic, you'll get to a nice tight ball, and that's when you know you're ready for your bulk fermentation. So give that another 45 minutes. Alexa, stop. Right, 45 minutes gone. As you can see, the dough is getting more smooth. So we'll keep stretching it up, folding it over. It's easier to do with two hands, but obviously I'm filming this. So don't feel bad about really stretching it up. So really pull it up and then fold it over. You want to get it nice and stretched in its ball. Generally 4 folds is fine. Just do like 90 degrees, fold at 90 degrees. So that's coming together nicely, starting to tighten up. So I reckon maybe 1 more of those. And then we might be ready to go. Alexa, set timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
Okay, another 45 minutes. I'll just show you this. It's really nice and stretchy now. Just wipe my fingers. Can really stretch it over. Stretch and fold. So at this stage, it's starting to get some good tension when you stretch it. So what you're looking for is something that can hold its shape pretty well, so it doesn't just collapse. The gluten is well developed, so I reckon that's probably good. I'd say that's pretty good to have a bulk fermentation. So I'll cover this up and leave it. It's looking pretty good. And then maybe I can bake it tonight. It's 4:15, so maybe I can have a look at it later and see what it looks like. And actually I might have a see if I can put the shower cap on. Okay, put the old shower cap on. So leave that for maybe 6 hours. Maybe I'll come and see tonight if it's ready, maybe 10 o'clock, and bake it then. Okay, it's 10:20. Is ready to go. So get some flour. Give a nice dusting of the worktop. And then what you want to do dough scraper and scrape this out into here. Right, and then you want to fold it in on itself. It's going to be very sticky. And basically, just form it into a rough ball. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it onto the parchment, other way around, and then just press underneath until it's shaped like a ball. Or you could do an oval if you want. Okay, I've just formed this rough oval shape. In the oven I've got the Crusoe pan. So what we'll do is we'll give this a score and then we'll put it in the casserole dish. Okay, I've got my razor blade. So I'm just going to score this down the middle. That should do. In the pan. 200 degrees. So after 20 minutes, take the lid off. Should have a nice rise. And put it back in for another 20 minutes. About another 5 minutes. So there you go. No-knead sourdough.